Have you ever felt completely lost, like everything around you is dark, heavy, and silent? What if I told you that inside that darkness, there is a hidden light waiting to be discovered? Welcome to Daily English Audio, where simple ideas can change your life. Today, we are going to explore a powerful truth. Sometimes, the darkest moments are the beginning of your brightest transformation. Life is not always easy. There are times when we feel broken, confused, or even hopeless. But here is something many people don't understand. Darkness is not the end. It is often the place where growth begins. Just like a seed grows under the ground before it becomes a strong tree, people also grow in silence, in pain, and in difficult times. This topic, Light from Darkness, is about finding strength, hope, and purpose when everything seems lost. Many people think that darkness means failure, but this is not true, because darkness is often a time of preparation and deep change inside a person, even if they cannot see it at the moment. And when life becomes hard, it forces us to stop, to think, and to understand ourselves better than before. And in these quiet and painful moments, we begin to see our real thoughts, our real fears, and also our hidden strength. Because when everything is easy, we do not grow much. We stay the same. But when we face problems, challenges, and emotional pain, our mind starts to search for answers, our heart becomes stronger, and we slowly learn how to handle life in a better way. And this is where the light begins, not outside, but inside us. Because real light is not something we find in the world. It is something we build within our mindset, our patience, and our actions. And many successful people in the world did not become strong during easy times. They became strong when they were struggling, when they were alone, when they felt like giving up but decided to continue, even with small steps. And this is very important to understand, because it means your difficult time is not wasting your life. It is shaping your future, even if you cannot see the results now. And sometimes the darkness teaches us lessons that no teacher, no book, and no easy life can teach. It teaches us patience. It teaches us gratitude. It teaches us how to stand again after falling down, and most importantly, it teaches us that we are stronger than we think. And when a person understands this, their fear becomes smaller, their courage becomes bigger, and they start to move forward with more confidence, step by step. And slowly, the same darkness that once scared them becomes the reason for their strength, their success, and their new life, because without darkness, the light would not feel so powerful, and without struggle, success would not feel so meaningful. So if you are going through a hard time right now, remember this. You are not losing. You are learning. You are not weak. You are growing, and your light is already inside you, waiting for the moment you decide to rise. Sometimes people try to run away from pain, but the truth is that avoiding pain only makes it stronger and more confusing. Because when we ignore our problems, they stay inside our mind and slowly affect our thoughts, our emotions, and even our actions. But when we face pain with courage, something very powerful starts to happen. We begin to understand it. And when we understand it, we start to control it instead of letting it control us. And this is where real change begins. Because pain is not only something that hurts us, it is also something that can guide us. It shows us what matters. It shows us what needs to change. And it shows us where we need to grow. And many people who become wise and strong are not the ones who had easy lives, but the ones who faced their struggles honestly and learned from them step by step. And this process is not fast. It takes time, patience, and self-belief, because sometimes you will feel tired. Sometimes you will feel like nothing is changing. But even in those moments, something is happening inside you. Something is becoming stronger, more stable, and more aware. And this is very important, because growth is not always visible from the outside. It is often silent and deep, like roots growing under the ground. And one day, that hidden growth becomes visible in your behavior, in your decisions, and in your confidence, and you realize that you are not the same person anymore. You are calmer, you think clearer, and you react better to challenges. And this is the power of facing pain instead of running from it. Because when you accept your difficult emotions, you also open the door to healing. And healing does not mean that pain disappears completely. It means that you learn how to live with strength and peace even when life is not perfect. And this understanding gives you freedom. because now you are not afraid of hard times anymore. You know that every challenge carries a lesson, every struggle carries a meaning, and every dark moment carries a hidden light, waiting for you to discover it. And when you start to live with this mindset, your life changes slowly but deeply. You stop seeing problems as enemies, and you start seeing them as teachers. And this shift in thinking is one of the most powerful changes a person can experience, because it turns pain into power, fear into courage, and darkness into a path that leads you forward. Another important truth is that light grows when you take small actions, even if you feel weak or unsure, because many people are waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, or full confidence before they start. But that moment often never comes, and this keeps them stuck in the same place, in the same darkness without change. But real progress does not begin with big steps. It begins with small, simple actions that you repeat every day. And these small actions may look unimportant at first, like waking up a little earlier, reading a few pages, learning one new idea, or trying again after failure. But over time, these small actions create a powerful change inside your life, because they build discipline, they build belief, and they build momentum. And momentum is very important, because once you start moving forward, even slowly, it becomes easier to continue, and your mind starts to see that change is possible. And when your mind believes this, your energy changes. Your attitude becomes more positive, and your fear becomes smaller. And this is how light begins to grow stronger, not in one big moment, but through many small decisions that you make every day. And even if you fail sometimes, it does not mean you should stop, because failure is part of the process. It is a lesson, not a final result. And every time you try again, you become more experienced, more aware, and more prepared for success. And this is something many people forget. They think successful people are always confident and never fail. But in reality, they fail many times. They just do not give up, and this is the difference. They keep taking small steps, even when it is hard, even when they feel tired, even when they doubt themselves. And slowly, those small steps turn into big results. And one day, they look back and see how far they have come. And they realize that everything started from a simple decision to move forward. And you can do the same. No matter where you are in your life right now, you do not need to be perfect. You just need to start. And when you start, even with a very small step, you send a message to yourself that you are ready to change, that you are ready to grow, and that you are ready to find your light. And this is powerful, because once you begin, you break the fear. You break the silence, and you begin a new journey. A journey from darkness to light, built step by step, day by day, until your life becomes stronger, clearer, and full of purpose. Another deep truth is that you do not have to walk through darkness alone, even if it feels that way, because many people believe they must solve everything by themselves, and this belief makes their pain heavier and their journey harder. But human beings are not made to live alone. We grow, heal, and become stronger through connection, through sharing, and through understanding each other. And when you open your heart even a little and talk to someone you trust, something powerful begins to happen. Your pain becomes lighter. Your thoughts become clearer, and you start to see your situation from a different perspective. Because sometimes when we stay inside our own mind for too long, everything feels bigger, more confusing, and more negative. But when we speak, when we share, we release that pressure, and this creates space for calm, for hope, and for new ideas. And support does not always mean big solutions. Sometimes it is just someone listening, someone understanding, someone reminding you that you are not alone. And this small support can give you the strength to continue, even when you feel weak. And it is also important to understand that asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of awareness and courage, because it means you are honest with yourself. You understand your limits, and you are willing to grow. And many strong people in the world have support systems. They have friends, mentors, or family who help them in difficult times. And this support becomes part of their strength, not something that makes them weak. And at the same time, you can also be a light for others. Because when you support someone else, when you listen, when you encourage, you create a positive energy that returns to you. And this builds a strong circle of trust and care. And in this circle, everyone grows, everyone learns, and everyone becomes stronger together. And this is how light spreads from one person to another, through kindness, understanding, and connection. And even if you feel alone right now, remember this: there are people who care, there are people who understand, and there are people who are ready to support you. You just need to take one step, one simple action to reach out. And when you do, you may be surprised how much strength you gain. Because sometimes the light you are searching for is not far away. It is in the people around you. It is in the connections you build. And it is in the courage to open your heart and allow others to walk with you on your journey from darkness to light. Another important truth is that accepting yourself, even in your darkest moments, is a powerful step toward finding your light. Because many people are very hard on themselves when they fail, when they feel weak, or when life does not go as planned. And instead of understanding themselves, they start to judge themselves. They think they are not good enough, not strong enough, or not capable of change. And this negative self-judgment creates more pain, more doubt, and more fear. And it keeps them stuck in the same place. But when you begin to accept yourself as you are, not as perfect, but as human, everything starts to change slowly. Because self-acceptance does not mean you stop improving. It means you stop fighting yourself. And when you stop fighting yourself, you have more energy to grow, to learn, and to move forward. And this is very important, because growth becomes easier when it comes from understanding instead of pressure. And when you accept your mistakes, you can learn from them without feeling ashamed. When you accept your weaknesses, you can work on them without feeling hopeless. And when you accept your emotions, you can understand them instead of hiding them. And this creates a deep sense of peace inside you. Because you are no longer trying to be someone else. You are working to become a better version of yourself, step by step. And this journey is real, it is honest, and it is strong. And many people who find true confidence are not perfect people. They are people who accept their imperfections and still choose to grow. And this gives them a special kind of strength, a quiet confidence that does not depend on others but comes from inside. And when you have this inner confidence, your fear becomes smaller, your courage becomes stronger, and your ability to face life improves. And this is how your light begins to shine more clearly, because you are no longer hiding in your darkness. You are understanding it, learning from it, and using it as a part of your journey. And over time, you start to see that your struggles did not break you. They shaped you, they taught you, and they helped you become more aware, more patient, and more compassionate, not only with yourself, but also with others. And this is a beautiful change, because when you accept yourself, you also become more open to accepting others. And this creates better relationships, better communication, and a more peaceful life. And in the end, you realize that your light was never far away. It was growing inside you the moment you decided to accept who you are and move forward with honesty, courage, and self-respect. One more powerful idea is that patience is not just waiting, it is active strength, because many people think patience means doing nothing and hoping life will change. But real patience is different. It means you keep going, you keep trying, and you keep believing even when results are slow or not visible yet. And this is very important in difficult times, because growth does not happen in one day. Change does not come in one moment, and success is not built instantly. It is a process that needs time, effort, and consistency. And during this process, you may feel frustrated. You may feel like giving up, especially when you do not see quick results. But this is exactly where patience becomes your power, because when you stay consistent, even with small actions, you are building something strong and lasting, even if it is not visible yet, just like a tree that grows slowly but becomes strong and stable over time. And people who succeed are often the ones who understand this. They do not stop when things are slow. They do not quit when it is hard. They continue with patience and belief, step by step, day by day. And this is what separates them from others, because many people start, but only a few continue. And continuing is where real growth happens. And patience also helps you control your emotions, because instead of reacting quickly with anger, fear, or stress, you learn to stay calm, to think clearly, and to make better decisions. And this calmness gives you strength, because when your mind is calm, you can see solutions more easily. You can understand situations better, and you can move forward with more confidence. And this is how patience turns into light, because it guides you through the dark moments without losing your direction. And it reminds you that every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. And it also teaches you to trust the process, to believe that your effort is not wasted, even if you do not see immediate results. Because every action you take is building your future, and over time, all these small efforts come together and create something powerful, something meaningful, something that changes your life. And when you finally reach that point, you will understand that patience was not just waiting. It was the force that kept you moving, the strength that helped you continue, and the light that guided you through the darkness, until you became stronger, wiser, and ready for a new chapter in your life. Another powerful idea is that gratitude can bring light even in the darkest moments, because many people believe they can only feel thankful when life is perfect, when everything is going well, and when they have no problems. But real gratitude is different. It is the ability to see value, meaning, and small blessings even when life is difficult. And this way of thinking can completely change your emotional state, because when you focus only on what is missing, your mind feels heavy, negative, and tired. But when you begin to notice what you still have, even simple things like your health, your ability to learn, a kind word from someone, or even a quiet moment of peace, your mind slowly shifts from stress to calm, from fear to hope. And this shift is very powerful because it helps you see that your life is not only problems. It also has good parts that you may have ignored before. And gratitude does not remove your challenges, but it changes how you experience them. It gives you strength to continue. It gives you energy to move forward, and it reminds you that even in darkness, there is still something good, something meaningful, something worth holding on to. And many strong people use gratitude as a daily habit. They take a few moments each day to think about what they are thankful for. And this simple practice helps them stay balanced, even when life is not easy. And over time, gratitude becomes a natural way of thinking, not something forced, but something real and deep. And when this happens, your perspective changes. You begin to see opportunities instead of only problems. You begin to feel more peaceful instead of always stressed, and your reactions become more positive and more controlled. And this is how gratitude creates light, because it trains your mind to look beyond the darkness and find meaning even in difficult situations. And it also helps you appreciate your own journey, because you begin to understand that every experience, even the hard ones, has something to teach you, something to give you. And when you live with this mindset, your life becomes richer, not because everything is perfect, but because you are able to find value in every moment. And this ability is a true strength, because it keeps your heart open, your mind clear, and your spirit strong. And in the end, you realize that light is not only something you find in big success or perfect situations. It is something you create every day, through small moments of awareness, appreciation, and gratitude, even in the middle of darkness. Another powerful truth is that your purpose often becomes clear in your darkest moments, because when life is easy and comfortable, many people do not ask deep questions about their life. They just follow routine. They move without thinking, and they do not fully understand what they really want or who they really are. But when challenges come, when things break, and when plans do not work, you are forced to stop and reflect. And this reflection is very important because it opens a door to self-discovery. It makes you ask questions like, what really matters to me? What kind of life do I want? And what gives my life meaning? And these questions are not always easy, but they are powerful because they guide you toward your true direction. And many people discover their purpose not in comfort, but in struggle, because struggle removes distractions. It shows what is real, and it helps you focus on what is truly important. And sometimes, your pain can point you toward your purpose. For example, if you experience difficulty in one area of life, you may develop a deep desire to help others who are facing the same problem. And this creates meaning, because your struggle becomes a source of strength and service. And this is something very beautiful because it means your difficult experiences are not useless. They are preparing you for something greater, something that can help not only you but also others. And this understanding changes your mindset, because now you do not see your past as something negative, but as something valuable, something that shaped your path, and this gives you a sense of direction, a reason to continue. Even when things are hard, and purpose also gives you energy, because when you know why you are doing something, it becomes easier to stay focused, to stay patient, and to stay strong even during challenges. And this is why people with a clear purpose often continue even when others stop, because their motivation comes from inside, not from external rewards. And building your purpose is not something that happens in one moment. It is a process. It grows slowly as you learn, as you try. And as you understand yourself better, and you do not need to have all the answers now. You just need to be open to reflect and to take small steps in the direction that feels meaningful to you. And over time, your path becomes clearer, your confidence becomes stronger, and your life begins to feel more aligned with who you truly are. And this is how darkness can lead you to purpose, because it pushes you to look deeper, to think differently, and to discover a path that brings light, not only to your life, but also to the lives of others around you. Another deep and powerful idea is that every ending in your life is also a new beginning, even if it does not feel like that at first. Because when something important ends, like a relationship, a job, a dream, or a situation you were attached to, it often creates pain, confusion, and a feeling of emptiness. And in that moment, it may seem like everything is falling apart. But in reality, endings are part of life's natural cycle, and they often create space for new opportunities, new growth, and new directions that you could not see before. And this is why it is important not to only focus on what you lost, but also to stay open to what you can gain. Because when one door closes, another door often opens slowly, but you need patience and awareness to see it. And many people get stuck in the past because they keep thinking about what is gone, instead of accepting change and moving forward. But real strength comes when you accept that nothing stays the same forever. And instead of resisting change, you learn to adapt and grow with it. And this mindset helps you recover faster from difficult situations, because you stop seeing endings as failures and start seeing them as transitions. And transitions are very important in life, because they guide you from one stage of growth to another. And sometimes what feels like loss is actually protection, or redirection, or preparation for something better that you cannot understand yet. And when you begin to trust this process, your fear of change becomes smaller, your emotional strength becomes greater, and your mind becomes more open to new experiences. And this openness is very important because it allows new ideas, new people, and new opportunities to enter your life. And slowly, you start to notice that life is not ending when something finishes. It is continuing in a different form. And you are also changing with it, becoming wiser, more experienced, and more aware. And this understanding brings peace, because you realize that you do not need to control everything. You just need to trust your ability to grow through every stage. And this trust helps you move forward with less fear and more confidence. And even when you feel sad about the past, you can still believe in the future, because you understand that your journey is not over. It is simply changing direction. And every ending is quietly preparing you for a new beginning that may be better, stronger, and more meaningful than what came before. One more powerful idea is that patience is not just waiting, it is active strength, because many people think patience means doing nothing and hoping life will change. But real patience is different. It means you keep going, you keep trying, and you keep believing even when results are slow or not visible yet. And this is very important in difficult times, because growth does not happen in one day. Change does not come in one moment, and success is not built instantly. It is a process that needs time, effort, and consistency. And during this process, you may feel frustrated. You may feel like giving up, especially when you do not see quick results. But this is exactly where patience becomes your power, because when you stay consistent, even with small actions, you are building something strong and lasting, even if it is not visible yet, just like a tree that grows slowly but becomes strong and stable over time. And people who succeed are often the ones who understand this. They do not stop when things are slow. They do not quit when it is hard. They continue with patience and belief, step by step, day by day. And this is what separates them from others, because many people start, but only a few continue. And continuing is where real growth happens. And patience also helps you control your emotions, because instead of reacting quickly with anger, fear, or stress, you learn to stay calm, to think clearly, and to make better decisions, and this calmness gives you strength. Because when your mind is calm, you can see solutions more easily, you can understand situations better, and you can move forward with more confidence. And this is how patience turns into light, because it guides you through the dark moments without losing your direction. And it reminds you that every step you take, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. And it also teaches you to trust the process, to believe that your effort is not wasted, even if you do not see immediate results. Because every action you take is building your future. And over time, all these small efforts come together and create something powerful, something meaningful, something that changes your life. And when you finally reach that point, you will understand that patience was not just waiting. It was the force that kept you moving, the strength that helped you continue, and the light that guided you through the darkness, until you became stronger, wiser, and ready for a new chapter in your life.